All right, we're here in Lakeside. I got evaluated warm blood. He's got some started out on the phone bucking issues, but there's a little bit more to it. And so I'm here, primarily here to evaluate this horse, make sure there's no physical issues, everything. This is David, the owner of him. You only had, how long have you had him?
About a year.
A year? Been that long?
Yeah.
He did this process. He did adopt it through Falcon Ridge, but this horse never stepped foot on Falcon Ridge. I think I'm hearing two different stories. Kim, you said he had a broken withers.
Well, the previous owner said that he had broken withers. Our vet came out and did just a physical exam on him and didn't agree that he did have anything.
He saw no signs of it.
Yeah, no signs of it. He said without x-raying him, he could be 100%, but he didn't feel that he had broken anything.
So anyway, and Nikki, the president of Falcon Ridge, she said something about this Hind, but you didn't see it on film, but I'm telling you, this horse don't have nothing wrong with his hind end either. I mean, not for him to get that kind of hair. So what I'm going to do primarily today is just go through the process and tell Dave at the end, be straight with him, what you need to do from there.
Okay.
And I pretty well already got it in my head. But, all right, you might as well let me do my thing.
No problem.
So the first thing, like you see in my first episode, I'm just going to control this horse's hip. And this horse ain't used to nobody controlling him. Now you're going to see him get all stupid. But you watch my mannerisms, I'm acting like everything's going fine. I'm using, to get him away from me, I'm flinging my rope at his neck. And he's really resent me controlling his feet. So I'm doing no more than what another horse would do. Only problem is I don't have 4 feet. I only got end of my line or whatever tool I'm using. All right there, good. Now I'm going to go in neutral, because right now until about before I start really going over his body, I gotta get some respect going here. So I went in neutral. When I go in neutral, I expect this horse to go in neutral. There's no ifs and buts about it. And that'd be the only time you ever see me jerk on a horse. So I'm gonna point, ask him to go to my left. I said, please. You English people out there, calm your horses down. Part of the problem is the way this horse has been handled in the past. He's got on the line, so he thinks he gets to trot off and get stupid. But he doesn't get that privilege. I'm going to keep disengaging that honey until he walks. Get my hand up there so he can see me. All right. Get him back off me a little bit. There you go. He's getting too close for my comfort. But if you watch my body language, to me it's just another day at the park. I'm not getting nervous about them. Yeah, you're going to really see me go after that hip if he goes into a trot or gets stupid, because he's not allowed to. His time to play is when I take this lead line off and walk away from him and get out of this small area. I'm going to keep pointing. Now, right there I didn't correct him when he trotted off, because he corrected himself. Yeah, he's really resenting. So I'm going to say please, pretty please, and increase my speed on my rope. And just about did it then. This is where your patience, persistence, and purpose comes in. Well, I call my 3 P's. I'm going to be patiently enough just to keep in here, persistent enough to get what I want. And my purpose right now is just get him to walk forward. No trotting. I want him to walk forward with his head down and relax. And like I said in my first episode, this lead line is their cue to relax. It's not for them to brace on. He gave me one little step, but that one step is where I could build on. There, we got 2. Now that's what I'm looking for. I want him to relax, head down, get a nice circle one way. And while I'm evaluating this horse, number one, I see behavior issues, and I see a lot with, and I'm going to say it because I call a spade like a spade with English horses. They might ride well, but y'all don't take control of their feet. Y'all's groundwork is running them around on the end of a lunge line. Now, good, this is better. See, now we're getting a horse that's going to be more content. You know, like I say, I can't do much in one time. Of course, what I do one way, I got to do the other. Yeah, you just don't like that, do you, buddy? Yeah, this horse really doesn't. And a horse like this, Dave said he did good the other day when he was following him around. And a horse like this might do well at that. But when you start really controlling his feet, you better watch it because he's going to get you. You know, somebody would say, well, why don't you just tire him out before you start working him or evaluating him? No, I want this horse to know when this line's on, he's got to be quiet. There's no if, and, buts about. Now, if you notice how quick he took it quicker this side, that old adage, and people, they need to get on the stick about that, where nothing processed from one side of the brain to the other, that's BS. Because I've noticed with horses, when you start working the other side, they'll pick it up quicker. And the best way I can describe it is, are you right or left-handed?
Right.
Okay. But if you took a pin, your brain would know how to write if you picked up a pin in your left hand. Now, to get that information from your brain to your hand, yeah, it'll take some work. But it would take you less time to learn how to write left than it would right. And that's the same way this with horses. There, that's what I want. I want him nice and relaxed. Now, after I get him relaxed a little bit, this sounds like it's not going to, I'm going backwards, but then I'm going to start, now I'm going to start moving his feet. But first I want to let him know that I'm going to control him. I want him out of my space. So now, let's do a true evaluation. I got to get him moving. Now right now he's cross cantering, but that could be a number of things. If you haven't really cantered him, I see a lot of horses that don't canter much. That hiney and that back end's all disconnected. Snay. See, I didn't ask for that. Before I ask him to move out, I'm going to have him to walk. Now I'm going to increase my body, and now we're going to. And right now, what I'm looking for is extension on his hiney. See how he's tracking. Of course, Dave, all he wants is a trail horse. Like, once again, I'm not going to ask him to trot off until he walks. Now I'm going to pick up my hand, point, and ask him to move out. Now, David, a lot of the stuff, if it's however you want to do it, whatever you want, time and whatever you want to put into him. 90% of his bucking issues on saddle needs to be fixed from the ground, because I can tell you most of it's behavior. He's learned he can get by with it. Now what I want to do now, Dave, you want to come here and hold it? I want to check his back. Now they already had a vet go through him, but I'm going to double check. Right there. And after here in a bit, let me see your saddle.
Yeah.
Because he's right there. See how he's really starting to twitch?
Right.
Now y'all can't pick it up, on camera won't pick it up. There's one little spot behind his withers. He's twitching. When he give you a handling horse one-on-one, instead of trying to control his head by that,
Right.
I'll step out of the way. Just go back here and just move him.
Okay.
You take control of that hip,
Okay.
and then just relax. Because that's where most people go wrong. They try to hold him,
Right.
and horses are really claustrophobic. No, you're not getting no damn carrot. All right, you want to... Yep, same side. Yep. See both sides right there? That's all right. That's keeping them quiet right now. All right, yeah, we'll go. So what I'm going to do, I showed it earlier, but the camera probably didn't pick it up. But I'm going to take my lighter and run down his back. And right there, he's sore. And I'm not putting a lot of pressure, just a little bit. I mean, I can do that with my fingers, but most people don't have what Cindy calls gorilla hands. And right there, that's one certain spot on both sides. That's where that's. And I think he's riding in a tucker, which is a pretty decent saddle. Like right now, I'm explaining to David about the saddle. I mean, this saddle fits in pretty decent. There's one spot here, but I think pat him up with neoprene pad, this little ridges. But what I'm looking for, number one is my clearance here, which we got some, but it's not too much. And also, if I can take my pinky and lift this saddle up, and if it would tilt, that means throw it away. But this is, see how solid it is? It's on there.
Right.
I mean, the saddle. So other than that, that's all I would do for that part, is just change this pad. Which that's a lot better than having to get new tack. No, I'm gonna do one thing else. I want to look at his hiney. Anybody got a watch on it? Well, you got a second hand on there?
Yeah.
All right,
You
let
got a
him
timer on your phone, Jay or Don, you do.
get out of my space. All right, I want to do a simple vet check on his hind end just for GPs. And what I'm going to do is hold it up about 45 seconds. Then Kim just walk off with him.
Okay,
Trot off, whatever. You know, everybody, they call vets to do this, which I think is a waste of money because everybody should learn how to do a vet check. As soon as I get his foot picked up. So I'm just going to hold it up for 45 seconds. And Kim's going to trot off. And also while I'm lifting this up, I'm paying attention how stiff he was. He went up pretty easy. And he's not really. I would sing a song.
That's 45.
All right, take him off, Kim. See, he stepped off and Kim sort of took off. But if it was bothering him, even though she turned him, right then you would have seen him drop a little bit.
Okay.
Next time, trot him off, Kim.
What happened to that?
Start rolling.
Oh, look at us. Other hip. Try it again.
Attitude or?
Huh?
Is that just attitude?
That's why I'm going back and seeing.
He just, yeah. What do you want me to do when he keeps putting his leg up in the mouth and he's obviously disrespecting me, but I'm not.
All right, Dave. You know, same like on the other side, when I lift it up, I pay attention to his range. He didn't feel like he was stiff in the hip or the hock. And when you're doing this is the longest 45 seconds you ever seen. All right, trot them off.
Just no walk again?
Trot him, trot.
Yeah, if I had mine.
He's a little stiff on that one.
Seemed like,
'Cause I noticed one little spot.
yeah, he kind of dipped down a little bit.
Yeah,
Did he?
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
So he's, no, we got what I needed to see.
So what did he do on that side?
He was just off a little bit, so that means he's not a jumper.
Maybe that's why she got rid of him.
Yeah,
Because I mean, what
for
you
trail riding, he'd be fine.
Right.
But David, the biggest issues, I'm not gonna bother saddling him up, and I'm not trying to cop out, but the biggest issues, he needs groundwork. He needs quit playing.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing. He needs just and you get that, and you know, however you want to do it. I mean, if you want spend time and money on him, I can help you out, or but you got to be down there at least one day a week.
Sure. Yeah, my main thing is, you know, I'm a beginner. So
Yeah,
a lot of the stuff
yeah.
I
This
don't know.
horse is too strong for a beginner.
Yeah, that's what
And if he is trained upper level, like dressage or something, you're gonna miscue him left and right. Don't mean you can't learn how to ride him.
Sure.
I mean, I got a gal from Poway. She started up with her hands way up here above her head. Now she's riding her horse pretty as a picture.
Right.
I mean, and she's learning. She's taking it to the next level because she started learning. She's really getting into it. So she's.
No, I love doing it. It's just, you know, like I said, I've only been riding now for, you know, what, 2 years?
Yeah. And you know, this is a fine case that most of this is 90% of his behavior. He has had an accident. He's uncomfortable, but Dave is looking for a trail horse, so there's no reason that the horse can't be a trail horse. And Dave's not out to jump some 5-foot fences. But most of it, when I saw him right from the get-go, right there told me a lot. I mean, as soon as you let go, I mean, there's a difference between just playing. He started right there on top of you.
Yeah.
And that's, me, is a big no-no. They should learn, if you want to do that, want to let loose, you go over there, let me walk away, then you can play.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
not until then.
Right. And he uses that a lot, where, like, you know, I let him go right there, and he just, I mean, or even when I'm lunging him around, he get way too close, and, you know,
Oh yeah, he wants to be. And that's where, number one, you know, right there, that was good.
yeah.
He asked to be in.
Right.
And right there, from where we just started 20 minutes ago,
Sure.
you know, before he was trying to rear up or do whatever, that time he backed off. And this time when I came in here, that was a horsey way saying, can I?
Yeah.
You know, and then he saw Kim walk away, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna go with her.
Sure.
Like right there, see, I'm really picky on some stuff. I want to be able to just squeeze and just put a little pressure and him take a step forward. I don't want to see the other foot move. With him, I would really be anal at first. I want to control what I say 1 foot at a time. Like right there, see, I backed away from him. He shouldn't. I want him to stay right there. Now see, that time all I had to do is lean. Is my body. So now, since he's that far, I'm just going to squeeze my rope first, because ideally the perfectly trained horse, that's all you should do.
Right.
And they should come forward. So him there. Now you see he's still leaning, but he's waiting. And this is where you build a relationship. This is where you can have fun with the horse, where they're so on you that screw the carrots, screw the sweets and everything. This is what it's about. I mean, because like I said, he's looking for a leader. He's looking for somebody to take charge. And if you wanted me to do it, that's where I'd teach you. And you will be on camera once in a while.
Right.
But you say you rode him when you first got here, didn't you, Kim?
Before he got here,
that was
in
the
the
other
arena.
Yeah. And then slowly you just start bucking more and more.
Well, I mean, at the other ranch, he never bucked at all.
No.
Well, except for when we left. When we were riding.
But
It was only down the
it
street.
wasn't the same day though. So
No, it was a different day. I mean, I rode him 3 times down there, and he was okay. He was
And you
fine.
took him out of his environment.
Because he was there forever, right?
for a couple of years, yeah. He was just down the street, and then when he agreed to finally take him, we were riding, because it's close by, so we were riding the trail from that ranch to there. And then he started to buck while David was on him, and I think your foot got cut
it was my leg.
or leg, yeah. So he ended up getting off, which isn't the best thing, but he was in pain. So then, you know,
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, so I walked him all the way back. I mean, he was okay when I was on the ground, but yeah, I mean, pretty much as soon as they got on, take him out of there, he was.
And like I said, the girl that owned him, part of the deal was because going into this, and I had told David, this horse, you're gonna need to take lessons on this horse, because I certainly can't help you.
Yeah.
That horse knows a lot, and you could screw him up and blah, blah, blah. And the girl that owned him was supposed to give David a few lessons on him, and she never did. So.
Give me one.
That's pretty well.
But I mean, that's so it
wasn't
started.
really a lesson.
Yeah, so he never got a good start with the horse, but he cares about him, and you know.
Yeah. Well, see, this is now. If I was going to, let's say, turn him out, I would take my halter off and hold it around his neck for a little bit, and then pet on him, and then just, you know, just walk straight away from him. You know, that way if he wants to follow you, fine. But then again, the quicker you get out of his path, if he does want to turn around and kick up, he's not going to nail you. But he didn't give a darn where you were at. I mean, he was telling me right off that, no, this is not the way the program's supposed to be. So, you know, this is just a few tips how to evaluate a horse. And, hopefully you'll see him in the future, and I guarantee it, you'll see a totally different horse. And my whole process is to get David to do it too. It's not well enough for me to do it. I got to get the owner to do it, because if I don't, well, I get this horse doing all kinds of things. But he gets here, he's going to be back here where he got to piss and fart, excuse my language. So that's where the groundwork and everything, where you take charge, you say, damn it, I don't care where you're at. You're here, but I still got a hold of you. And instead, he'll just, boom, he'll just fall right into place. And then you'll be able to get on, and you send him down to me. When we bring him back, we'll try to make a day where I can ride him myself, and we'll go through it all while he's here too. I mean, that way, because my thing is to encourage you to succeed, not to set you up to fall flat on your face. Because you already told me about his, you know, he's riding down good down there, and then he got off the property, and then he changed. Well, we want to get him where it doesn't matter, wherever, because it should be the way it is. If you're on him, he's got to toe the line. Or handle him on the ground too. So that's pretty much it down here in Lakeside. I'm teasing them.
It's so much better in Valley Center.
We don't have the fog. That's about it. So, as I always say, be true to the horse, they'll be true to you. First and foremost, be true to yourself. Know your limitations. David knows his limitations. Instead of him getting hurt, and he probably backed off the horse for a while, that's a smart thing to do. Because some horses, the stuff you'll see us do out there, only professional should be doing it with certain type of horses. Because if I email David and say, this is what you got to do, you got to control that hip, he'd have been too close, and this horse probably would have nailed him. So I would have had a horse owner's hurt. So there are times, you know, don't be afraid to ask. If I get in a jam, I got some top-notch people, I'm going to email and say, hey, I'm in a jam, what to do? You know, and some of them's dressage people, and one of them, mainly, he is a dressage person. But so I will, if I'm out of my comfort zone, I'm going to ask for help. There's nothing wrong. The only thing wrong with is if you do not ask for help if you're over your head, and know your limitations. And that's in everything. So to my kids, grandkids, special person out there, Washte Lake Kanye, God bless, take care. What Cindy calls gorilla hands. And right there, that's one certain spot on both sides. That's where that's, and I think he's riding in a tucker, which is a pretty decent saddle.